everyone, and welcome to this impromptu episode of the Sidebar Cantina. We're doing things a little bit different, different night, different approach, style, well, whatever. Um,
It's just different for Jason because like I said, hey, we should do like a ramp up show for the draft because our fantasy football draft is today,
see,
3 p.m. And um yeah, we should we're not going to do a show tomorrow, so we should do, have kind of a pre-draft show today so that we
yeah.
get something in the can and, there there you go.
So,
Like
all right, and yeah, so that's what we're talking about. We're going to talk some NFL football as we're getting ready for our draft. Gonna finish up, I think, with our predictions for who's going to be in the Super Bowl and who's going to win it all. We did that last year. I picked the 49ers last year, and they made it. Didn't win.
right.
Or no, they almost made it. Right. I
So
picked,
I was gonna like that was a bold prediction on your part,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. Good
So
times.
I forgot like how loud the intro is. Like I didn't control the volumes
Mm-hmm.
on the computer because we're doing this remote.
Right. Because
And
normally I have all the controls for that.
right, and my individual volume is set up differently. So yeah, the computer volume was extremely loud for the intro.
Yeah.
So thank you to uh,
So now the question is that how all the listeners hear it when they
I
tune
bet
in?
you it's loud as shit when they hear it. Like it's got to be. It's probably like, all right, show's getting ready to start, and ah!
Well, there is a little slider for volume. Hey, quick question: is our fantasy league all squared away? Right people in the right slots?
As far as I know,
Yeah, I
why?
mean, you're the fucking manager. Like, and we were talking today about there was one person who wasn't in, and that
No,
would we already had 12 people.
we're good to go.
All right,
We are good to go.
and all the patrons who wanted in are in.
As far as I know, yes.
All right. Well, speaking of our patrons, if we're gonna make this a semi-legit episode of the podcast, we might
Yeah,
as well
you
give
should.
a shout out to all of our current patrons.
Yeah.
Shotgun Mark, Frank Kalevich, Frederick Martin, Lord Helmet Fire, Scott and Kim from the Use and Abuse podcast, Ivo G, Kristen Roscom, Nick from Swede Studios, Catherine Rennick, my wonderful mother-in-law Patricia Goodstein, Don Solsky, Nicholas Schaefer, David Schmuck, Wally Frogmore, Tony Ferrari, Brady Big Lovin, and Dragon Buddy. We appreciate each and every one of you. You are the reason why we do this. You totally missed me pointing in the
Well,
opposite
I,
direction.
it's okay because then I can look back on it now that you've told me that it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm uh, I'm I'm doing actually important podcast business right now
Yeah,
to
yeah. What
try
kind
and
of?
figure out if there's any Red 5 stuff that needs to be brought up at the end of the show. Where I'm putting that out there so that our amazing social media director can let us know about that.
Yeah, but for
Um,
anybody thinking that Miss Lopez might be making an appearance this evening, I don't believe it's going to happen. But
anything can
absence
happen.
absence makes the heart grow fonder. So that's what they say anyway.
That is indeed what they say. Distance I think it's distance makes the heart grow fonder. I think that's how that goes.
I thought it was
Um,
absence. Chad,
uh,
help us out. How does that
uh,
saying go?
Distance makes the heart grow fonder. I'm 100%. But I will say for some Red 5 preamble, uh, the 2022 Parsec Fan Awards are now openly accepting nominations. They're looking for your favorites in science fiction, fantasy, adventure that have been released from August 1st, 2021 through July 1st of 2022. Check out our socials for the pick Luna Girl posted for categories and where to email your choices in. She'll be posting again in the morning. The Parsec Fan Awards will be creating voting ballots based on your nominations in the coming weeks, and more to follow at the end of the show. But build a Red 5 helmet logo this morning if that helps. I like look, so we have a Sidebar Cantina helmet. I I'm proud of that logo. It is brandished in our Sidebar Cantina Facebook League group that I created this morning for communicating across the many time zones that our Facebook League is in. I'm proud to say that we are a world-renowned Facebook league,
That's right.
or fantasy football league, I should say. Oh, man, I'm a fucking mess. Talking is challenging.
Yep. And just in case there was any question about an episode this week, we are not recording tomorrow.
No,
that is out. So
nope, we are not. Tomorrow
this is our one recording this week.
True story.
So that being the case, like, do we actually want to talk about weeks at all?
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm doing this with no notes. So today, actually, this is something I've been thinking about for a few days, but today I have become the very thing that you swore to destroy, Dave. I'm starting to do some bike riding, some road bike riding.
Really?
I rode several miles today. I bought a bike like 6-7 years ago, like right after we moved to this house.
Okay.
The first time I rode it was today.
Really?
Because that's
so it still had the tags on it, basically?
No, it had a lot of cobwebs on it. Had quite a few cobwebs on it. Had 2 flat tires, so I had to air up the tires, had to clean it up a bit, wipe it all down. But yeah, I finally took it out, got on the road, and yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I did my best to avoid traffic. I only does riding a bike mess your shoulder up?
Apparently, if you're sweet, it does.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I will keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
As I already have bum shoulders, but it was a hell of a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to do that for a while and use that as my cardio and just take some rides. But I'm gonna like this area that we live in. Like even though it's a lot of neighborhoods, there's some fucking bad roads with some really shitty drivers on it. And in fact, Evesham, somebody was killed on a bike on Evesham last year. Like one of my kids like didn't see it but saw the aftermath of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking crazy. So
yeah, let's start a bike gang.
But yeah, so I'm gonna start doing that more often. But again, I'm going to stick to roads only with bike lanes or sidewalks. I'm gonna try to avoid cars as much as humanly possible.
Stay in the neighborhood areas where there is very little traffic.
Yeah,
and then you're not worried about somebody blasting by at fucking 50 plus. Excuse me.
Because yeah, that'll definitely happen on a lot of the roads around here. So I have to be.
Well,
about that.
I'd say let's get a bike gang together and we could go mountain biking, but with Swede. But I think his recent injury might preclude that from happening for a little while. I do need to get on the bike myself. This heat though has been fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
It has been advanced hot lately.
Yeah, it's weird though, man, because I feel like my body is shifted and like I don't mind any of this heat that we've been having.
I'm not complaining about it being hot. I'm just saying that it wipes me out faster than it used to.
Now that I can see, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because like if I'm doing stuff outside, like I don't know, yard work, doing a bunch of yard work and shoveling shit from one side of the house to the other and overdoing it like I am, like I do. I get wore out pretty easy. But I've been doing the miles with the pup, so climbing towards my 30-mile thing with Holly. So anyway, nice. That's my contribution to my cardio.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got anything else for your week?
Well, I was going to mention too, as part of the whole biking and everything, I haven't been like working out, like lifting weights. My shoulders have still been messed up, and I'm still trying to get into some kind of a new routine with the new job and everything. And it's been tough. And, the lack of motivation from no longer being in the military, waking up and being like, I don't feel like going to the gym. I would rather sleep another hour and doing that. And
right.
Not feeling bad about it.
Yeah.
So it's been tough. One thing that I have been doing lately, this has been going on for over 2 weeks now. I've been doing intermittent fasting, skipping dinner. Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do intermittent fasting now, and I skip the dinner portion of it, and it's been going well. Yeah, I have not had any issues with that at all. Like some days, like I won't eat breakfast until like 8:30, and I'll stop eating at like 2:30, and yeah, I'll go from like 2:30 to 8:30 the next morning with not eating. We
They
have
want they wanted to see the dog, so
Yeah.
there she is
all right.
in all her glory.
She wearing an ascot? What is that?
She's got a bandana on from the groomers.
Oh. Is that a thing? Kind of like getting a balloon when you go to the dentist? As a
Yes,
kid, you get an ascot from the groomers.
a bandana, and
Either way.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
I didn't know that was a thing.
she's a girl dog, and actually, I think they'll do it with boy dogs too. But yeah, it's a thing to do. Get from the groomers. It's like getting a lollipop from the dentist, more like.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gonna lay down again.
Now I do have some more additions to
The sacred Jedi.
Of course you do.
But I think I'm going to save those for the next time we're in person because I want you to see and put your hands on them.
Ooh, yes.
Introducing them. So,
Got my little dick beaters on them.
so I will wait for those. Fuck, that reminds me. What else were we going to talk about?
Is that
Star
not
Wars
in
wise?
focus?
For
Is
you?
my camera not in focus? Or is that my eyes?
Seems focused to me. Yeah, look at your eyes.
Fuck me.
I'm trying to think of anything else I did this week.
Black Series.
Yeah, nothing off the top of my head. I know there's something huge that I'm probably missing, but
Meh.
what can you do?
Yeah, I don't
Oh!
have.
I do have one thing.
There you go.
So I've mentioned before on the show that I've been on this quest to find a working VCR so I can transfer a lot of my old VHS tapes to some sort of digital format. Well, I've finally found one, and I picked it up on Thursday.
Okay.
And I've been in the process of transferring a lot of my old home movies and stuff from from VHS tapes to digital. And Kristen has convinced me, for all of our Patreon supporters out there, because when we did the music of 91,
91.
94.
I mentioned that there may or may not be a video of me and my friends lip syncing to several of the songs that we talked about.
Right.
That video has been transferred to digital, and Kristen wants me to put some clips up for as Patreon exclusives. So we're probably going to do that later this week.
Oh my god. I can't wait.
It's something. We were a bunch of goofballs, a bunch of nerdy fucking goofballs back then. So
I love it. I love it.
yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That'll be spectacular.
Yeah, and I'm shocked I was able to find such a good VCR. And it seems like every time I pick up something from Facebook Marketplace, it's always like halfway between mine and your houses. It's like I go down Evesham, like almost to your high school, and then I turn into one of those neighborhoods there. I buy a lot of stuff from Facebook Marketplace in that area.
Interesting.
Yeah, who knew? But yeah, the VCR works fucking perfect. Like really, really good quality. I'm like, damn, this is great. So
How, like, is it new, or is it like?
well, I mean, obviously any working VCR isn't going to
Right.
be that new, but it's probably from like 2004, 2005, and they took really good care of it.
Ah, all right.
So that's all.
It's hard to think of as 2000, like 2004, 2005. I think like, oh wow, that's pretty new. But yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, we're
It's
closing in on 20 years. So
fucking hell, man.
I know. Oh well, yeah. And as I'm watching this, my friend's cassette recorder they always had the time and the date in the bottom right corner, like a timestamp.
Mhm.
And I'm looking, and it's like fucking August of 1991. I'm like, fuck. That was over 30 years ago.
Yikes! That is not good. That is not good.
Nope. All right, I think I'll call that my week. What about you? What's been going on?
I didn't do shit. It was honestly, it was work, then school, then kind of started the holiday weekend rather, and I've just been busting around. And Friday was a kind of an off day at work, so it was one of those weird.
What do you mean, kind of an off day?
Well,
Is it an off day or is it a working day?
so it was a max participation leave day for the civilians.
Oh, okay.
So we're going with that.
Gotcha.
So those of us that had the ability to take advantage of teleworking or were encouraged to take leave, but the active duty guys, it was a down day.
Okay.
So take that for what it is.
Yep.
So anyway, on Friday, I took advantage of it. Was a fucking perfect day outside. And I was like, you know what? I'm staying outside all day. And I just banged around the yard and did a bunch of shit in the yard and did a bunch of shit out in the shed. Um, was doing all these little projects that involved, I don't know, just making shit. I bought this routing table, right? So it's basically a router kind of puts an edge on wood.
You and I are speaking two different languages right here. When you say routing table, I
Yes,
think a routing table like
right,
that's saved inside of an actual router that you go and you
right.
set the paths and everything, the IP addresses and the paths. So you're saying routing table. I'm thinking of something completely
Nope.
different.
No, so a routing table that would hold a physical router with a bit that cuts,
Mm-hmm,
right? So I went to Harbor Freight and they had my 25% off coupon this weekend. Woohoo! So I bought a cheap routing table. Well, unfortunately, like anything you get cheap from Harbor Freight, it has little nuances that will, make it kind of work, but maybe not quite as much as you want it to.
mm-hmm.
So I ended up having to take another router and route out the routing table to make the router fit in there appropriately so that it would have the appropriate depth. So
Routerception.
yes, but it was actually cool. Like it's one of those deals. It's kind of like if you've ever power washed. You know how when you're power washing, it's just like real. As you're power washing, you're just watching the dirt go away.
I've never power washed a thing in my life.
Oh my god, you have to do it, Jason. It is glorious, and it's like every every man that calls himself a man needs to fucking power wash something at least once, just so you can have this feeling of like, wow, just it's the most peaceful thing you've ever done in your life. And
Good to know.
when I had the router, I'm like, the material just disappears like as you're cutting it. So it's just it's fantastic.
Tell me this is a real thing. That's Big Sweet is saying in the chat.
Oh, there has to be a power wash simulator. Oh, dude, that'd be money. Somebody should be on Twitch right now in the power wash simulator, and there should be only dads in there.
He's saying 100% it's legit.
Oh, dude.
Power wash simulator on the Xbox. Fucking brilliant.
That's fucking amazing. You should do it. You should do it. Get that in a lawnmower sim. Apparently there's a lawnmower sim too, which I believe that too. Dude, I'm telling you. It's these little things. These are perfect things for our brains. But
okay. Like I actually have to mow our lawn for real. So I should probably do that before playing a lawn simulator.
I mean, probably, but I mean, you have fucking teenage boys. Get them to fucking do it.
Dude, the lawn looks worse when they do it. It looks better when it's not cut as opposed to after they do it. So,
I mean, that's fair, but they're never going to get better at it if you keep doing it for them. Silence.
Right. Yeah.
Silence. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Yep, you should have those boys out there mowing that lawn. They're only going to get better at mowing the lawn if you're out there doing it. And you have them out there with the weed whacker too. Have to be out there whacking those weeds.
We do keep the weed whacker in the tool shed.
That's the appropriate place for it, right there in the tool shed, where you can whack those weeds. Wacky weed. Anyway. What was I talking about? My week. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you can see, but I did do some changes to the setup. See, we have all of the Valentine's pops on the top shelf up here now because I needed room for more Black Series figures. So,
right. What kind of figures?
The
sacred Jedi.
and we're gonna have to do some more adjusting because I can already tell I'm gonna run out of room again soon. So yeah,
Well-
we're gonna have to figure out a whole new fucking.
We need
layout here.
another we need another day off where we go in there and do some building, Bob the Builder type things.
What's
and
the next off Monday we have in life?
Probably no, it's not the tank top. Quiet.
No, the tank top is still on Vader.
As it should be. I think it's Columbus Day, but I'll be away for my golf trip. So
When the fuck is that?
Columbus Day?
Yeah.
The 10th, I think, of October.
Okay.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, they don't give us that day off anyway at my new job. That's
You don't get
the floating days. That we don't get that specific day off, but we get a floating holiday for people who don't celebrate certain holidays, like Columbus Day.
Fair, or Indigenous Peoples Day.
Right.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm shocked they haven't just fucking gone all in and just completely eliminated the holiday or just completely rebranded it.
No. Well, I'm of the opinion that. What did I say? Did I not say Indigenous Peoples Day?
I thought that's what you said.
Oh, well, I said that after I said Columbus Day a couple times, but
Oh, so
I it's phrasing.
So he's correcting you because Dragon Buddies. He's pretty woke. He
is. He watch, especially watch on their.
His pronouns are frog and frog self.
Yeah, leave it to the Swede to say fuck Columbus. He didn't discover shit. What was I? Oh, I had a thought and it's gone. But
he discovered the Caribbean, right? Or like some islands in the Caribbean. Well, discovered the natives that were already living there.
Ran into it. Ran like whoa! I ran aground. Hey, we made it to the other side of the planet. No, not really. Anyway, that's it. That's honestly that's all I have for my week. Schoolwork, farting around outside, trying to enjoy these last vestiges of summer. Yeah. I'm going through the end of summer sadness that comes every year at this time.
'Cause we didn't really have our annual Dave gets Jason all spun up about the coming of fall because I haven't been drinking alcohol, hence no Oktoberfest beer to shove in your face and then get you all riled up.
Which I've seen in the Class 6, by the way. Yeah, piles of it.
I wish I could partake, but we're closing in on 9 months of no alcohol for me.
It's probably better. Probably better for you right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm fighting it hard this year. The end of summer, like trying to make myself believe that it's only the idea that somehow Labor Day weekend is the end of summer when it's really not, because I have the same amount of weekends. Like I don't have children in school. I don't have to worry about back to school. I don't have any of those arbitrary fucking things. Like the end of summer is still going to be the 21st. The beginning of the actual fall. Yeah, so
it's not like we get summer off for work or anything. We still have been going to work, and we're still going to continue to go to work.
Yeah,
but, and the changing of the temperature is legit, as well as the shortening of the days.
So interesting thing you bring that up. So I was on YouTube watching stuff about the Artemis cancellation, because they. If you haven't been paying attention, they scrubbed 2 launches over this past week.
Yeah.
And we don't know when they're going to launch again. Most likely it's not going to be for a while. They're probably going to have to roll back into the VAB. But one of the things I ran into, it was Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was giving a talk. It was like 10 years ago. So it was a real kind of grainy early internet image. Mm-hmm. But one of the things he said, it was like the top 10 myths you're told, like top 10 science myths that you're told.
And just FYI, 10 years ago was not early internet.
Well, all right. So longer than that. Give me a fucking break.
Sorry. Anyway, what was he talking about?
Google Neil deGrasse Tyson top 10 things that you've been told that are wrong and about science or some bullshit like that.
Mhm.
Anyway, one of the things that he says is like, oh, that the days are longer in summer than winter. He's like, that's 100% wrong, because what's the longest day of the year?
We're talking now daylight, right? We're
I'm
not
I'm
talking.
I'm yes.
We're not
What is
talking
the
about the
long?
length of time because the
I'm
length of time
talking
is the same.
right. What's the longest day of the year?
Labor Day,
The summer solstice,
yes, which is
June 21st.
yes,
Okay. So the summer solstice is the longest day. So every day after the solstice, the daylight is actually getting less.
yes.
So that means the entire period of summer is less and less sunlight. So to say that days are getting,
Yes,
it's an inverse for what you're actually like
but
being.
again, as we start getting into fall and winter, they continue to get shorter, and
Oh,
they become
so what
more
happens on
noticeable at that point.
so what happens on December 21st?
That's the start of winter. That's
Right, it's the shortest day.
Yes, I should know that because that's always on my birthday every
Right.
year.
So every day after that, the days are getting longer.
Correct.
So it's inaccurate to say that the days during summer are longer.
The fuck does that guy know? Fuck him.
Right. Only the most prolific astrophysicists of our times. But yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, so let's talk some football.
Yeah.
So
Since the beginning of free agency, it's weird because I've been so unplugged from everything since like when we had that big fucking explosion of trades, like every day another like big blockbuster trade, guy that you never would have thought leaving their team, going to another team. After that initial rush of trades, like I really stopped paying attention to the NFL. And
well, it's because you being a 49ers fan, all you could be concerned yourself with was
the Garoppolo situation.
what's going to happen with Jimmy G. You're the pretty boy Jimmy Garoppolo. And what exactly did happen with that, Jason?
Signed an extension. Well, no, they restructured his contract. There was no extension. They just because
Right.
he was under contract for this year, but they basically cut a deal with him. They're paying him less, but they also won't trade him. So basically, he's going to hit the open market at the end of this season. That's the whole where it benefits him. He's going to take less money, but he's going to be 100% free agent at the end of this season. And I'm sure Trey Lance is going to have a rocky start out of the gate, and we may even see Garoppolo get some reps in, get some play time in this season. And if fucking Lance gets hurt at any point, obviously Garoppolo will roll right in and continue where he was last year, which I'm sure he'll have moments where he'll win some games and he'll look good. And that'll be enough for some team to spend an obscene amount of money to sign him next year, which, hey, more power to you. But
I have this. I remember distinctly as an Eagles fan, how bad of an idea it was to have the whole Nick Foles Carson Wentz situation, right?
Like to keep them both on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this whole idea that if Trey Lance doesn't play well to bring Jimmy Garoppolo back in, then now you've got this Trey Lance situation. And unfortunately, it's great that if Garoppolo can just step to the side, put on the headphones, and be a guy that's not drawing any attention to himself, then that's going to be great for the team, right?
Yeah.
Oop, I just got a prompt that said the draft is starting and soon in the Cyber Cantina.
Oh, shit.
So I think those of you who are participating in the Cyber Cantina fantasy football draft, it looks like the draft room is open and begins in 28 minutes and 27 seconds. So there you go. You can get stacked in there. And in the meantime,
Seeing this.
I got a pop up on my iPad. So what the hell is up in the corner? Oh, it's a football. Yeah, I just think that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to create too much of a distraction on the team. Like the first game is going to be the camera fixated on what is Garoppolo doing on the sideline. Like are they paying more attention to him? Like is Trey Lance, is Trey Lance getting an adequate amount of time? It's going to be the story.
Right, and that's the thing that they do in these NFL games is they create a story, they create a narrative to kind of, talk about throughout the game, and you fucking know that's going to be a huge topic of conversation, and every time Trey Lance fucking throws a pick or fumbles or does something stupid, the camera's going to move to Garoppolo, right, and it's going to show Garoppolo and his reaction to everything that's going on. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I agree. And it's going to be like that for weeks. And if Garoppolo can step back and just be like, listen, I don't know how Garoppolo recovers from it. Like, how does he go from this position in the 49ers and what happened this offseason and goes and gets a starting job somewhere next season? I don't know how you can do it.
It's going to be a team in transition. That's the only thing. He is not a franchise quarterback.
But you had teams in transition this year.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing too, is I'm curious how much the 49ers were asking for in compensation for a trade for him. Because, you got two factors. First of all, they gave him that stupid contract, and he was in the last year. The last year of a contract is always bloated.
Right.
So the person would have had to give up whatever the 49ers were asking and take on that big-ass fucking contract. And, I'm sure a lot of teams were not willing to jump on that for a guy who, quite frankly, is a mediocre quarterback who is a quote-unquote game manager and is not a playmaker by any stretch of the word.
Yeah, it's game manager notwithstanding. I mean, you had a lot of success with that game manager. I mean, it's I hear both sides of that argument. I mean, as somebody who had the ultimate game manager who happened to win him a Super Bowl, he was not a regular season guy. It just happened he happened to show up in that playoff.
Yeah, playoff.
Speaking of game managers, somebody in the chat, Underground 4K, welcome to Underground 4K. He was asking about Jalen Hurts this year. What do you think about Jalen Hurts? I'll give my opinion here in a second.
I mean, I've not seen anything to impress me. That's for sure. Now, granted, I did not watch a lot of Eagles last year, but everything I saw, everything I heard, nothing that he did on the field made me think he was any better than a Jimmy Garoppolo kind of person.
Well, honestly, the difference between a Jalen Hurts and a Garoppolo was Hurts had legs.
Yeah.
And he was, gaining 700 yards on the ground. So, like, his value as a runner was,
but that never lasts in the NFL. That never lasts.
Oh,
even the great Michael Vick.
You don't have to tell me. Most of the prolific running quarterbacks have come through the Eagles at some point or another.
Cunningham,
Vick, now Jalen Hurts.
Well, even what's his name? McNabb was quite the runner earlier.
And McNabb early in his career, yeah. But even without that, for me, with Hurts, he has proven that. I agree with Swede that he has the tools around him now. You can't say, oh, well, he doesn't have the big guy to throw to. Like he doesn't have that, the big time wide receiver. Yeah. He has that now with Hollywood Brown. Or AJ Brown. Sorry, Hollywood Brown's the other guy, right? Is that Marquise Brown? They call him Hollywood Brown. I don't even know. Can't keep track of these guys. But with AJ Brown, you're getting a big body. The problem is, I don't know that Jalen Hurts has the arm talent to be able to get the ball in the position where AJ Brown can do his work. And you have talented wide receivers with AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. You have guys that are ready to go in the slot. You have Dallas Goedert, who's probably one of the top 10 tight ends in the league, maybe in the top 5 tight ends in the league. So Me personally, I think that there's a lot that Hertz needs to be able to do. 4K is bringing up the fact that Hertz might be better than McNabb in the long run. I think the problem is McNabb had pocket presence. You
Yeah, and
know,
he had a fucking gun for an arm too.
and Hertz may have that arm, but Hertz needs to get outside of the pocket to be able to make those throws because he's a smaller guy. Even when you see him under center, he's like down real low. So, and I don't know if that's because he's trying to maybe he's trying to hide in some way, or maybe it's just when he's under center he's doing that, or even when he's in the shotgun he's real low. His profile is real low. Yeah. So I just think there's some mechanics that are there that expose him a little bit, and I think that defenses are going to figure out those runs. So from an offense perspective, I think he's got the weapons, right? Yeah. He's got good running backs too. They just had a pickup with what's his nut, Sermon. They picked up Sermon off waivers, who is a good hard running back that you didn't really have. Miles Sanders is an injury risk. I mean, I have him in another league, and there's a good handcuff for him might be Kenneth Gainwell, but Gainwell's not a third down goal line kind of a back either. I mean, you don't have that big bruiser. You don't have the Jordan Howard anymore, and you don't get bigger, in that lineup until you got a Sermon on that lineup. So, the sky's the limit right now for the Eagles. They've done a Howie Roseman. I was on the pitchforks and fucking torches down with Howie Roseman before the draft last year. I was one of those people and have been for a couple of years. That dude could do nothing right for a while, and then this year, he went and fucking completely redeemed himself. And it's been an amazing offseason for the Eagles, and I think Jalen Hurts is the linchpin to this. And if he does not take this team past that first round of the playoffs, winning the East, I think, is a foregone conclusion. I think the Cowboys are a fucking shit show right now.
Yeah.
The Giants, Daniel Jones is not good.
Yeah, no, the Giants are still a couple years away from being even remotely relevant.
Yeah, Daniel Jones isn't good. Saquon, unfortunately, I love Saquon Barkley, but I just don't think if you're giving him the full load again with all the running, he's going to get hurt again.
Yeah.
And then you don't have wide receivers. There's a lot of things to be scared of with the Giants. And the Redskins, or I'm sorry, the Commanders are the Commanders.
Well, and it's funny that your boy ended up with them.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I like Carson. I really do.
Oh, we all know you do.
I really do.
You were fully in on his bandwagon for years.
Yeah. I was on the Wentz wagon.
Even when other quarterbacks were winning Super Bowls for you, you were still a Carson Wentz guy.
Hey, listen, I worship the ground Big Dick Nick walks on, but in fact, as I'm looking right now at a framed, signed, autographed picture, signed and autographed, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Picture on the wall underneath my autographed Joe Pa picture, with Nick Foles holding the Super Bowl trophy up like this, looking at it.
Nice.
Yes. I mean, I have a signed Carson Wentz ones too, but that one's put away. I mean, because he wasn't the guy. I think, unfortunately,
he
does. Well, I mean, and without his MVP caliber season, they don't get to that position where they can win the Super Bowl. I mean, Carson Wentz was a huge part of that season. Yeah. Nick Foles is the starter. They go 8-8.
Yep.
That's
But
just how it
he
is.
turned it up when it mattered. So
Yeah, I just unfortunately after he got hurt and then they win. The worst possible thing could have happened is your backup wins the Super Bowl, and then they have a huge parade and put a trophy or put a statue of your backup out in front of the stadium.
mm-hmm.
That's that's got to fuck with your
Giants fans know what that's all about.
head. Well,
for people with long memories.
Yeah, but anyway, that's what I think the Eagles have there's a lot of hope, but hope is a poor strategy.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah, fuck hope.
So
I'm way too fucking jaded. I'm way too jaded of a fucking Eagles fan to do this hope bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the reality of I need to see Jalen Hurts actually make fucking throws. Make throws. Get the ball. Watching preseason and having everyone just splooge all over this fucking film where AJ Brown has to like come up short and go underneath the defender to catch an underthrown ball, and it's like, oh, look at this amazing throw and catch. Like, are you fucking serious? Are you serious right now? This is an underthrown ball that a good wide receiver got to. Like, that's what you should be talking about. You should be talking about the fact that this ball was poorly thrown and that you have a wide receiver that can actually go get a ball like that. That's what you should be talking about. The fact that you got rid of a fucking Arcega-Whiteside and a fucking Rieger, get rid of these fucking no talent ass clowns and get them the fuck out of the city and actually have the talent there. Now you just need this quarterback to actually fucking put the ball where it needs to be so you can fucking win.
Mm-hmm.
All this Giants hate penis envy. Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You know what? I should have put on a fucking Eagles jersey for the show. Yeah.
So hey, let's talk some predictions before we get into the draft. Like, who do you think's in? Who do you think is going to represent the AFC and the NFC in the Super Bowl? I have my theories.
Well, let me hear your theories. I'll formulate mine.
For the last, I don't know, God, it's been like fucking 3 years now. It feels like I've felt like the Bills have been right there. They've been right fucking there, and I feel like that window is about to fucking close. And it seems like their last chance is coming very soon. And I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna say the fucking Bills because it feels like they just need that little bit. But I would also say don't discount the Chiefs. I know they haven't really been a big part of the conversation, but I mean Mahomes is still a fucking phenomenal player. Your boy Andy Reid, still a good coach, and I feel like they've got one more run in them before that whole team needs to be rebuilt. But I got to go with the Bills. I mean, AFC seems like it's going to be pretty strong this year. But yeah, I think this is the season that the Bills need to win for the AFC.
No, I would agree. I think the Bills are the team to beat. I think that that KC right now, I think they made a huge mistake in letting Tyreek Hill go. I think that's going to.
Yeah,
I think it's going to really
talent.
I think it's going to really bite him in the ass. I don't think it's going to make Miami that much better because they still have Tua as the fucking quarterback. You want to talk about people that are lacking arm talent. But I think you have teams that like the Raiders and oh fuck.
I almost thought I heard you say the Raiders as like a possible Super Bowl contender. That's the funniest fucking thing I have heard all week.
Listen.
So thank you for.
I'm saying you should keep the Raiders on your radar.
Nope.
For something like that.
Dumpster fire of a franchise. I would never bet on the Raiders, just like I'd never bet on the Browns. Way to go with that trade this year, guys.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, the Browns. The Browns being the Browns.
Yeah, I'll never. I would never put money on the Lions to win anything because history has shown that these franchises are just royally fucked up, terribly mismanaged.
I I think there's a level of parity in the AFC that the Bills right now are at the head of. I think the AFC, the Bills are the team to beat without a doubt. I think the other teams to watch for are the Raiders and the Jags. I think a lot of people are going to sleep on the Jags.
Yeah.
And you have an amazing talent with Trevor Lawrence. You have an actual coaching staff. You go from this frat house fucking loser of Urban Meyer who should never be allowed to be on fucking television. I don't know how much, if any, college football you watched over the weekend, but that fucking idiot was on television representing college football as part of the announcer team or the pregame team.
Okay.
And they just pretended like, oh, you didn't just get fucking basically ran out of the city because you were fucking holding some fucking girl like a bowling ball that wasn't your wife. Right. And this video was not circulated all over the fucking place. We're just going to pretend like none of that happened. And you're going to talk about like what makes bad franchises and shit like that. Right. And we're like, seriously, dude? Like, this guy should not be on television. He should not have a fucking career. He should take a bottle of Tums and fucking go jump off the fucking Grand Canyon.
I would imagine he's got a decent amount of money. Like, he could just go fucking retire somewhere.
Well, he's an egomaniac. You know what? There's fucking teams out there that would hire him. I guarantee you there's fucking teams that would hire him because he's got national championships. And what recruiting class would not want to come up and be like, dude, Urban Meyer's had a party, man. You see these fucking broads he's hanging around with all the time, you know? So you probably coke and hookers all over the goddamn place when you're hanging out with Urban Meyer. Yeah, fuck Urban Meyer.
So I'm gonna need a selection for you for the AFC. I'm not
Bills.
gonna let you. Okay, so you're saying Bills too.
Bills.
All right. So for the NFC, I think it's still going to be somebody from the NFC West. I think the rest of the conference is trash. And it's not going to be the 49ers as much as I'd like it to be, but I think they're not going to do it in Trey Lance's first season as a starter. So I'm back and forth between either the Cardinals or the Rams. And I'm going to say Cardinals because I don't think the Rams are going to repeat. So I'm going Bills Cardinals.
Why does it have to be out of the West?
Because the rest of the conference is trash. Aren't you listening to me? Your division is trash. The South is trash. The North is trash. They're all trash. Trash, trash, trash.
I am going to go with Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep. You heard it.
All right. What have you seen that makes you think that they're ever going to be more than like an 8-8 team?
Well, there's Kirk Cousins. There's a level of stability there. There's a lot of weapons on that team. A lot of offensive weapons. Defensively, they got better this year. Like you said, the conference overall is kind of trash. I think Green Bay is not the same team. I think Aaron Rodgers is one fucking hookah hit away from not doing anything.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they fucking like as soon as he was done with Joe Rogan, they handed him a fucking cup. Now go pee in this and let's make sure
maybe. But you know, Aaron Rodgers is at the tail end of his journey. Oh, yeah. Literally and figuratively.
He should have retired 2 years ago, honestly.
Tom Brady, I think, is going to retire mid-season. I think the stuff that's going on with him, Giselle, and you know, what the decision to unretire, whatever is going on, I think is bigger. I think he wanted to retire on his own terms, and the fact that it didn't come up that way, the kind of media retired for him, so he's like, "No, fuck you," and he steps back into it. Mm-hmm. He did not want to play this season. And I think it's fairly evident. So I don't think he makes it through the whole season. I think, and then Tampa is going to turn into, as you know, my buddy Brad, who we used to fly with, who lives in the Tampa area. He said, "Yeah, as soon as Brady leaves that team, the fucking tickets for Bucks games go for $10 because Brady's the only thing keeping people there." So. You know, which is a shame because I think Todd Bowles deserves a chance to be, has that deserves a chance to have a coaching opportunity again
Sure.
with a team. And I think the whole Tom Brady situation has made Tampa a fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I and the Rams, I don't think that the Rams can. I don't think Matthew Stafford can have the same kind of season that he had last season.
No, I think that was a 1 in 100 shot.
I think Cooper Kupp is still going to be phenomenal, but he is an injury risk, and he's due for a regression. I mean, at some point that's going to take a couple steps down.
Yeah.
Their running back room is kind of a mess, and kind of people figured him out a little bit.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think Minnesota has a lot of stability, a very easy schedule, and what pick are you? Oh, you're right
I'm
before
like
me.
9. But yeah, we're draft starting in 8 minutes, so we
All
need
right.
to break real quick so I can pee before it gets started. Okay, so you're going Minnesota Bills. I'm going Cardinals Bills. All right, cool.
Yep.
So you heard it here first, folks. If one of us
Yep.
is right, then we'll say we were right, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But
All right.
now that I've made that prediction, I still think that the Eagles, if Jalen Hurts plays above his capability, then the Eagles have a legitimate shot to go to the conference championship.
They at least have a legit shot to make the playoffs, no matter what. I think. Again, you mentioned.
Oh, the
before,
playoffs is not a.
Your division is pretty bad, but I think the Cowboys, like, they're gonna at least make a shot at it. So it depends who's gonna win those interdivision games between the Eagles and the Cowboys. That's gonna determine who makes a run. But yes, I gotta pee. So we're gonna be right back with the draft after this word from our sponsors.
I should probably pee after him. Yeah, what are you two talking about? I don't know. I just feel like the Vikings have a lot of stability and intangibles. I don't like it. I just, by doing all these fantasy drafts and looking at all the players, I don't know. I just think the Vikings have a good team, and I could be totally wrong, and I probably am, but that's why I don't make those bets. Who did Penn State play this weekend? Penn State played. Oh fuck! How did I forget this already? How did I forget? Yeah, Purdue. Penn State played Purdue. God damn it. Boilermakers. Like, God damn.
So real quick, let's talk about the draft order. Do you need to use the bathroom?
I'm going to go.
All
just
right.
In case, because I don't. Once the draft starts, I don't want to step away since I have the commissioner tools and all that.
You are a tool. All right, so let's look at the draft order. So we start off with Corellia Steelers with the first pick overall. Sad face. I hate whenever I'm the number 1 pick or even like number 2. I hate being in that spot because I hate that long fucking gap before your next pick. Death Stars is number 2. Detroit Death Stars number 2. Revenge of the Swede number 3. Orange Jacket Men. Legacy. Wait. Oh, Bane of Legacy of Bane. Wait, who was that again? Oh, that's Kristen. Fed Up, and then Blue Milk, who is Luna Girl, Suck My Midichlorians, then me at number 9, I Heart Diet Coke, so Dave right after me, and then 11, Revan's Remnants. Who is that? Do we know who Revan's Remnants is? Then Atco Adats with the 12th pick. Keith Lehman is back, so it's interesting order. You are sandwiched between the Fett brothers at number 5. Assuming you are Bane of Legacy of Bane.
Yes, I am. Very much so.
All right. So yeah, you're the 5th pick. It's a decent spot. Yeah, if I were you, I would hope that Cooper Kupp is still available at that point. He'd be a good 5th pick. But we shall see. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? God damn, Dave. A lot of noise going on in the background with Dave.
And with the first pick of the draft,
Oh fuck! What is this?
what?
Why is this happening? Did a video just play for you in the draft?
It will if you're on the computer.
Yeah, it did. Like, no, close. Out of here. Did it start? No, it didn't start.
No.
Draft starting in 2.5 minutes.
Yep.
So I just went over the order. Who is Revan's Remnants?
It's Dragon Buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm.
We have all prior winners in the league this year. Adco Adats, Keith Lehman, myself, Lunar Girl, all of us looking for our second championship, whilst many people like Dave are looking for their first. Stuff to win with 12 teams, you know.
Look, my work league, we did that offline draft with, is 18 teams.
Fuck that.
18 teams. Now, granted, there was a lot of. It's not a traditional format. It's we're doing. It's full point PPR, but there's no defenses, no kickers. There's if you win basically most points for the week, even though you lost that matchup, you still get a W. So there's an opportunity to have 2 wins out of each week if you get most points. Well, with that many teams, I mean, wins get to be hard to come by, right? You can have these big weeks, you know, which kind of happens to us a lot last season, if you remember.
As long as you don't get one person that's like fucking stacked and they get like most points every single week, and then you're like, well, fuck, I guess they're gonna be the top seed.
Well, yeah, and they're the top seed. Now in that league too, we're putting 16 teams into the playoffs also, so it's a longer playoff. It's a work league.
Oh my god, that's so weird. All right, we're at the 30-second countdown going on. Any last words about the draft itself?
No, just good luck to all the losers.
Yeah, you're drafting right after me, by the way.
I know.
And that seems to happen every year too. Like you and I always seem to. Oh, there's the countdown. Draft back to back. So all right, let's see how it goes with Corellia Steelers with the first pick.
Go. Yeah, I know the draft is starting. I'm watching it.
Is he going to take Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Is he going to take anybody?
Is he auto drafting? Who do you
Bueller. There's no way he's auto drafting. He stayed up this long.
That son of a bitch. Did you see what he drafted?
No.
Josh Allen.
2 quarterback league. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Fuck. Oh man, he totally fucked my strategy already. God damn it, Reggie Ray.
That's fucking great.
Oh man.
I'm not a fan of the format on the iPad.
Yeah. Detroit Death Stars went with Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Right. Solid.
Swede is putting a lot of thought. He's taking his whole minute to make his pick.
Dude, so I've actually this year I've been playing or I'm doing a bunch of best ball leagues. Have you ever heard of these?
No. Oh man, hold on. The fucking draft is going fucking fast and furious. Oh yeah, Kristen's already up.
Colt 45 malt liquor. Colt 45.
Huh? He's all right. Yeah.
That's a dynamite taste.
Carolina, though. Carolina did pick up. Okay. No! God damn it, Kristen!
I love that guy.
What the fuck? All right, so Fed Up is just like fucking around. Like,
Is he?
that's not cool, man. Like, we're actually trying to be serious in this league.
Are we?
I thought so.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and do it.
What spelled wrong? Fuck you, Dragon Buddy. God damn it. Seems like everybody's trying to cock block me today.
Well, I mean, you are the alleged past champion. Alleged.
There are two others in here also.
Well, and that's fine.
I think everybody's doing this just to fuck with me. Some bullshit. Now I hope Joe Burrow breaks his fucking leg. Week 1. Fucking Alex Smith style.
Yikes.
Is Adco AdAds auto drafting?
I don't know.
Well, if he takes digs with this pick, then he is.
It looks like he's logged in. To me, it looks like he's logged in.
Okay.
There's nobody indicated that they're auto drafting.
All right.
Curtis,
Well, but
which
if your clock runs out, it'll still fucking pick for you, and his went all the way down to 0.
I'm showing 30 seconds left for
his second pick. His
Oh.
first pick went all the way down to 0.
Oh, maybe he's taking a shit.
Could be. Could be. Jalen Hurts. Okay. Sure.
Now, I mean, I don't understand why that would be a bad pick. I mean, honestly, in a 2-quarterback league,
That is
or
true. I keep
in a
forgetting
super flex
about that.
league.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about the whole 2-quarterback thing. Fuck. Yeah, we'll go with Diggs. Yeah. No, that was Dave. You're not up yet. You're in like 2 picks.
Stop!
Right, now
Stop
you're up.
pinging me. God, so much noise. Oh my God. Stop doing that. Oh boy. Yeah, the Superflex definitely adds an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what, I would love to. One thing that I've never had a chance to do is like a keeper league, like one of those leagues that you do for decades, and you're just with these keeper leagues, and you have all this extra.
Now you don't keep your whole team, right? You just get like first refusal for like 2 players or something.
Well, yeah. I honestly, since I've never played it, I've never really even investigated it that hard.
Yeah. Well, I remember Sneddy was always trying to push us doing a keeper league.
Yeah, which honestly would have made sense for the way our old work league went, because it was always the same people for so long, and it damn near took somebody to fucking die to get somebody into that league.
Mm-hmm.
Who came off the board? I'll tell you, I feel you. I feel Ivo G being the first pick because I was the first pick in a 10-team league. I'm dealing with the um, another work league that I'm in that's got a little money on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-team league, thank God. But yeah, that first pick is the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always tough.
Andre Swift, that's a good pick. Hmm. 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 Oh my God. So tired.
Detroit Death Stars left the draft. I guess he's just auto drafting from here.
He maybe had to log back in. I think got to use his phone,
Mm.
so he might have to come back in. He's got time.
Yeah.
He's got time. So yeah, let's catch up in the chat. Dodgers Swift season. Full PPR. Just got sent a trade for Zeke. Offered Mike Williams, J.K. Dobbins. How is it my turn already?
Because we've gone through
Shit.
everybody's picks.
All right. Well, since Jason drafted Debo,
Go ahead. Pick Trey Lance, please. Because like as soon as I draft a receiver, somebody picks the quarterback. Like everybody's fucking with me, I swear to God. So go ahead and take fucking Trey Lance now.
that would be an interesting choice.
I honestly think you've all been colluding to like make sure you fuck me in the draft.
I would love to say that we have the time to do that, but sadly, no. That would require like in a window over here, a window that's open like over this way on the computer screen is a paper that is about a third of the way written, which is what I'll be finishing after I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's. Let's see. Let us see. Oh, it's funny. I realized I used to have a Casey Kasem.
I'm Casey Kasem.
Impression, like when I was in high school, and
Oh, yeah?
so I was trying to do it in the car, but I've been a little like, little froggy, so I haven't been able to do it. But once I get in this, so when I get in the studio with a decent mic, I'm gonna have to try it.
Okay.
Just I need somebody to remind me. And it has to be like during a read or something too, because like ad-libbing Casey Kasem is definitely. Thoughts on Stafford this season? Me personally, I think Stafford's going to regress.
Yeah.
I would. I think Cousins is nice and stable. I think he has a high floor, but not much of a ceiling. But yeah. Wait a minute. Why am I giving all these tips? Motherfuckers are listening.
That's good.
Probably some of these sons of bitches logging in. Trey Lance, huh?
Yeah, you should totally take him.
I'm just gonna.
I would.
I'll put him in my queue just in case I log off or something. That way,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. In fact, I want you to. I want you to take him. Oh, look at that. You're up right now. You should just add him.
It just feels like a foolhardy enterprise, honestly.
We'll do it live.
Do it. 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 Do it.
I'm actually going to take Russ.
Oh, God damn it. That's who I was going to take. Fuck.
Your fucking reverse psychology on me. Why the fuck would I want Trey goddamn Lance? Did he show us anything in the preseason?
No, he sucked.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you picked him?
I didn't pick him.
Who did?
Nobody. He's still on the board.
Oh.
You picked
yeah,
the
there-
quarterback I was going to pick with my fucking next selection, you fuck.
Everything is going as I had foreseen it.
Some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how is Trey Lance like the highest ranked player on the board right now?
I don't know. It's a great question. Some people at Yahoo are smoking fucking crack.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of XFL, my guy Brian Westbrook, former running back from the Philadelphia Eagles, the guy who Donovan McNabb was handing the ball off to all those years. He has got a job with the XFL as, I think it's player development in the XFL or something like that.
You mean like coach?
No, just he's with the XFL itself, not with the team.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of these upstart leagues actually take off and be a good kind of farm league for the NFL.
It would be nice. It really would. And I like Westbrook. Yeah, he's a Villanova guy. Obviously, he's a great Eagle. And I wish nothing but success for him.
Yeah.
I need some wide receivers.
I'm good on receiver. Now I need running backs.
Yeah, I went running back. Got my running backs out of my system a little early.
Yeah.
Kickers. Let me look at kickers now. Oh, Justin Tucker's still on the board. Oh.
I'm sure every kicker is still on the board right now.
Dude, so in this work league, right? Not the 18-team one, the money league.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, in the fourth round,
Mm-hmm.
picked a kicker. Justin Tucker. The fourth fucking round.
Mm.
Dave, who's my favorite Eagles player of all time? Dawkins. It's Dawkins. Yeah.
Oh, who picked Trey Lance? Oh, Orange Jacket Man. Enjoy.
You watch. He's going to have the season of his life.
And see, that's the beauty of it. It's like, oh no, Trey Lance did fantastic this season. Oh, that's the worst thing that could happen. Or I'm going to be right and he's going to be garbage. But Samuel's still going to get his touches.
I want to.
Take your time.
Yeah, he's not going to be available. Fuck. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it.
How's that Jared Goff in Detroit working out?
I don't know. Apparently, the Hard Knocks this year, though, in Detroit, has been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just like the cameraman turning to the camera every once in a while and going, "These guys fucking suck"?
I've only seen highlights of it because in the office we put in Good Morning Football every morning. So
Oh, I do miss the days of being in a military unit and you just kind of like, you know, you got TV going in the background, whatever. You're handling some personal business online, whatever, you know. No, I have to be actively engaged at all times at my work now. Kind of sucks.
yeah, well, you're being compensated appropriately.
I suppose. Still, I do miss the days of the military where it was just like, you know, fuck it, whatever. You eventually get your shit done, but then you watch TV or you fucking browse the internet or you play on your fucking phone or. I can say that now because I'm retired.
Where's my bye weeks? Here we go.
Oh yeah, I should be probably coordinating that, huh?
So that's the one thing with best ball. It's the only real thing you have to pay attention to is your bye weeks, because if you stack yourself up and you don't have somebody playing any particular week, then you're screwed. You're not going to win anything. But once you draft, you don't have to do anything else the rest of the season. That's it. It is the most low maintenance fucking thing for fantasy. I mean, which I guess it has for getting ready for like your home draft like this.
Mm-hmm. You're up.
It's good because you can, go through a practice draft. Like I use Underdog, and in $3 I can do a 12 team draft. And you have to select every 30 seconds. So it goes fast.
Damn.
You're getting to get a good idea what, it's a mock draft, but people aren't just sitting there like they paid $3 to do this draft. So and the potential to win, it's like $45, I think, is the purse at the end of it. So there's something out there. There's something on the line.
Sure, yeah.
So it's been fun. I had zero visibility on it up until this year.
So all quarterbacks is like the top, looks like 10 available players, and they're not good quarterbacks. What do you think about Matt Ryan in Indianapolis?
I think it could be good.
Yeah. I mean, he had a couple of years where he was like one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Of course, he had a good cast of characters around him too.
Listen, I think he's still. I think he still has a lot in the tank, honestly.
Who the fuck is Cole Kmet? Kmart. Yeah, Cole Kmart.
Oh, just a tight end for the Bears with a lot of upside.
Okay. I know. I'm analyzing.
It's your turn, Jason. Oh, that's a underground. Yeah, I should really do a best ball on DraftKings. Although most of the stuff that I do, is my daily fantasy stuff. So whatever money I won last year is still tied up in DraftKings for this year. Excuse me. I'd still like to continue to play on house money.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the goal.
Oh, apparently people have been taking defenses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I don't see Buffalo's available. I always get Buffalo's defense every single year. But it looks like somebody picked them already. Was it you? Oh.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
But God, I don't remember seeing somebody pick a defense, so it's been a while.
I haven't been paying attention to what other people pick. I just know what I want to pick.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because everything I've wanted to pick, somebody else has picked. So it's kind of.
I'm just looking at your face, like, so I can see what you're looking at. I'm reading it off of your glasses. I was like, oh, look,
Hey, if you could do that, then I would be impressed. And more power to you.
It's like counting cards at the casino.
Right. It's just frowned upon. Like masturbating on an airplane.
Completely tangential thought, but there's a new season of Rick and Morty coming out.
Saw that.
Season
I've been seeing
6.
ads for that. I really need to start like working my way through that series.
You need to watch it. It's so fucking. I had it on. I was working on a paper last night, and I had it on in the corner. Just, yeah. Boo. Boop. All right. Yeah, pay attention.
I know, right?
What's left? Excuse me.
A lot of bad quarterbacks. Ooh, Carson Wentz is still available.
Ah. Shit. Is Kristen actually listening? Does she have headphones on?
She can hear you. It's like she can hear through your headphones that are hanging up.
Just like a monitor.
Yeah.
Mm. Shit. What pick is this? Pick 10?
Something like that.
Or pick 9? It's like a.
It's current. Yeah, I was gonna offer it to
Oh,
David unless
shut
you
up.
wanted it.
Fucking thing.
Maybe. He should be in his age.
Fuck.
You all right, Dave?
No.
Oh, are people drafting stuff that you got your eye on?
No.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yes, obviously, but
You should turn your phone volume up. I don't think everybody can hear it.
what phone volume?
Kristen, you didn't hear her fucking.
No.
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about?
You lying piece of shit.
uh.
Kristen says you're up.
I know. Thank you.
Just don't pick this one thing that I'm eyeballing. All right, you didn't.
And now we wait.
Yep.
Who do we think the best receiver is going to be this year? I don't know. Honestly, I don't think Cooper Kupp's going to have the same kind of year. I mean, the guy's a stud. He really is. He just seems to make things happen. But having the number one, like be the number one wide receiver again, I think it'd be fucking really, really tough.
Oh, sure. Yeah. There's a lot of competition out there.
I don't know.
Brandon Ayuk. It's pretty good. Ayuk.
What did I say last year? Wait a minute. What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, somebody asked about the best wide receiver.
You all right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all relative, Jason.
It's true. Zach Ertz is still playing?
Yeah. Yeah, for Arizona. I mean, and honestly, he's not a bad pickup.
Just feels like he's been around for a long time.
Underground thinks it's Chase. You know what? It's not a bad call. I don't know. I think Stephon Diggs is gonna be set up for having a big year.
Yeah.
The Bills are going to be slinging it, and it's going to be,
I'd like to think so.
All hands on. Oh.
This is the kind of bullshit thing, though, about our draft, because I don't think that they realize that we have the 2 quarterback slots, because they're going to be like, you drafted 3 quarterbacks, you fucking idiot. D-.
Yeah, I've given up on paying attention to that shit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Whisper, whisper, whisper. What?
Oh, she's just being silly, trying to distract me. Nobody's high on that Geno Smith as a starter for Seattle?
Wow. Penn State. I think Geno's a better choice than Locke.
Yeah.
Talk about a rebuilding year. Holy shit.
Yeah. What is that X rank column? Expert preseason ranks versus ranks based on league settings. Oh, okay.
Oh man, I'm going off script.
Well, I'm picking a defense. I don't know who the fuck
You're doing what?
Yeah, I want to pick a defense.
Anybody pick a
guess I'm-
kicker yet?
No, I'm not picking kickers. Like kickers are fucking. They should always be the last pick
Somebody did. Somebody picked up Tucker.
because it doesn't matter. It like kickers are so just fucking hit and miss. There's no way
Unless
to
you're
predict that.
unless you're Tucker.
Yeah, I guess I'm going with Baltimore. Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, it's kickers. Oh my god, who the fuck? I'm looking at my screen going, who the fuck are these people?
Oh, just the names. Daniel Carlson. What?
Gift Riftgen.
Oh, Matt Gay is still available.
Yay. I've got forever before my pick. Damn it.
You and me both.
So have we ever not done a snake draft? Like, have you ever participated in a draft that wasn't a snake draft?
No, because quite frankly, it's the only fair way to do it.
Right? Like, it's like, how do people do it otherwise?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's the way the NFL does it. But it's like the shitty teams from the year before are rewarded for their shitty performance, whereas this, it's just random.
Right.
So like let's say it was just like random, and then that was the order. Then like somebody like Corellia Steelers would just have the advantage because they pick first every single round. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's the only fair way. And again, like I said at the top, like I hate being like picks like 1 through 3. I think that's the worst fucking spot to be in. I like kind of where we are, like towards the end of the first round, because then we get picks sort of close to each other.
Right.
And picking last kind of sucks, but that's the only pick that, well, it's one of the only ones that can pick like 2 in a row early, in the draft. So
right.
Like you can, if your quarterback and receiver are available, that's what you do as the last pick. You go boom, boom, QB receiver combo. Because you can pick 2 back to back. And you don't have to worry about anybody fucking snaking you like fucking Dragon Buddy and his fucking pick. Fucking fuck.
Underground was saying the auction is fun, but it's complicated. Yeah, that's the tough part. Like, unless you're in a really close knit group, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's tough to pull off.
Yeah.
I mean, but the way the internet is these days, like I remember when we first started playing fantasy, early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
It was, we're paying for a service like RT through RT Sports. Remember, we'd have to pay a little bit extra into our buy-in to pay for our season subscription to RT Sports, so that
which that fucking sucked.
It did, but at the time there wasn't this level of interaction, anything for free. It wasn't until Yahoo and then CBS and ESPN and the NFL finally got off the snide and gave us a product that we could use.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with this pick.
I know what to do with this pick.
Fuck it.
And I'm going to do it.
Then you should do it.
Do I
You
really want to
should.
do
Do
it?
it. Do it. Do it.
What should I do?
Whatever you were gonna do.
I want you to hit the button again. That's what I want you to do.
Do it.
We'll do it live.
I don't have to make the sacrifice up.
As much as I hate picking a fucking Ohio Stater. No, I did CBS 1 year for a CBS draft. Underground was asking, did you guys do any drafts on CBS? No, it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. About as long as it'll take me for have another pick. And yeah, but I hadn't heard that it was
Sorry,
it was
Christian.
fucked up for anybody.
Sorry. He was the best available, and I need a kicker. And he's with the Rams. The Rams score a lot of points.
That's how you pick a kicker?
Yeah.
So here's my whole strategy for picking a kicker is
Kristen's really mad at me right now.
so Kristen, make sure you pick a kicker that is going to play half of their games indoors. So you want to pick a
Figured it.
dome kicker.
I
So
don't think she's paying attention.
Dome or fair weather team. Somebody that's going to not have to deal with the weather more than half of their games. That's who you want to be your kicker. Or somebody like a Tucker who just does not miss. Ooh, he's still on the board. I might go down here and fucking put him on the queue. Ah, my defense went. Damn it. I should have known. I'm going to have to pick a defense.
Is that just to spite me?
No.
You're what? He was the highest available kicker. Plays for the Rams, and I needed a kicker. And you went for like 4 more picks.
Domestic quarrel
So like 10 seconds.
because of fantasy. I love it.
Sorry.
Justin Tucker is just ridiculous. We put him in a dome, and he's just ridiculous.
Why won't you stop staring at me? She's upset. She's upset that I took the kicker named Gay. Gay.
Just wanted to have a gay on your team.
Yeah.
Well, those are the choices you have to make. All right. That's
What's up?
I think Ivo's about to draft just Deshaun Watson.
Is he still available?
I hope so. Oh my God.
Hey, you might get 6 good games with him. I should totally draft him. 4
Someone else
quarterbacks.
say that they wanted him? Is that why you suddenly made that decision?
No, the reason I picked fucking Gay was because he was the top ranked kicker and he plays for the Rams. That's why I picked him. I needed a kicker. I was picking a kicker with that pick no matter what.
Reasons not to pick him?
No, he was the best available option, and I'm in this to win. This is fantasy football. This isn't fantasy friends. No mercy.
I'm doing the thing where I look at the wrong fucking. I'd be looking at the camera if it was over there.
Yeah. Somebody needs to draft Deshaun Watson though.
Why?
I mean, they're going to get a few games with him, and he's at one time was a really good player. I mean, he was good enough that the fucking Browns gave up their entire future for him.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You should totally draft him now and not let him sit there on the bench as, somebody you could swap out your least performing running back for in week 12.
Right.
What's really funny is the idea that this 11 game suspension or whatever is the game that he's coming back against fucking the Texans.
Yeah.
And
that's happening a lot in week 1. A lot of QBs are playing against their former team.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield.
Fucking what's his face? Russell Wilson.
Yep. Yeah. Great opportunities to stick it to their former teams.
Yeah.
So there'll be
I was eyeballing Mostert for my next pick.
Mustard? What?
Raheem Mostert. This is on the 49ers. One of the many running backs in their RB carousel, but he did really well. Oh, Suck My Midichlorians just joined the draft. Good timing. All the best players are still available.
I think he's driving. He's driving and drafting, which is not recommended, folks.
No,
Again,
not.
I'm about to look at the fucking, and you know what? I made the mistake of putting the fucking light where the camera would be. So I'm mistakenly looking at this giant fucking circle of light.
The circle of light. Who's Sky Moore?
I have no fucking idea.
Huh. Man, there isn't much left. I think I need one more running back. Yeah, fuck it. We'll go with this guy.
Got my defense.
Cincinnati? Are they that good?
Didn't they go to the Super Bowl last year?
Doesn't mean their defense is good.
Okay.
I don't know. Would you stop it? Staring at me in anger. It's very distracting.
Keep doing it, Kristen. Keep doing it. Who did get Kenny Pickett?
Beats me.
Oh, it's my turn. Is that what I want to do? Yep. I'm going to be Penn State homer and pick up Johan Dotson.
All right. I don't know who that is. I'm going with Sky Moore. No idea who that is. But he's got Patrick Mahomes throwing to him, so it's got to be worth something.
Fuck, the Phillies lost again. God damn it.
Who'd they lose to?
The fucking Giants.
Oh, somebody picked it. How many quarterbacks is Fed Up selected? Is there a way I can see what he's picked? Yeah, there we go. Fed Up. Yeah, 4 quarterbacks.
Which,
I mean,
it's a super flex league, man.
yeah.
Edmonds this year? I mean, I think Edmonds is going to have a decent year. I mean,
Do I pick a backup kicker or a backup defense?
Just ask everyone what they're planning on doing, and then just take that.
I can do without your comments. Thank you.
Oh man.
Did anybody take what's his nuts?
Who's nuts? What are we talking about?
Never mind.
What nuts? Who's nuts? I don't see nuts.
How long has Joe Flacco been with the Jets?
Couple years. I think this is his second full season.
Yeah.
The Eagles traded him up there. Who was starting to flex? Renfro, Stevenson, or Pollard? Half point PPR. Ooh. Probably Renfro. I think Renfro is going to see more targets.
What the hell was that?
What?
That whistling sound.
Oh, it's the Holly must be downstairs because the door opened. I would start myself over them. Okay, Ivo. Ivo, you calling any games in Bulgaria this year? I gotta pick a kicker.
Oh, you still haven't picked one?
Nah.
All right, here we go. This is the sleeper pick. This is the one that's going to win it all for me right here. This is how I'm going to win this league this year.
All right. All right. Ivo G is calling the Packers-Vikings game this Sunday.
Nice.
So that's fucking awesome.
All right, and with that, the draft is over.
Draft is complete. So those of you who participated, I'll be looking forward to your draft grades.
Yep.
Which, I mean, take them for what they are. I know that the booth in the back will be doing their thing again this year. Don't think they'll be starting until...
I mean, at least next week, right? Because there's no games.
Yeah, there's no games, so...
Unless they just want to talk about the draft.
Let's see. Trey S. How you feeling? Team 10-man, full point PPR. He's got CMC, Fournette, Diggs.
Now,
Good three. Tian, Ertz, and Kyler. Okay.
I have a question about Booth in the back. Is Dragon Buddy also going to be on it? Is it going to be 4 people now in Booth?
I don't know.
I know you don't.
We'll have to
but I'm
we'll have
asking
to
the masses. Like, we have people in the chat who might know that answer.
We'll have to tune in and find out. This is solid. I mean, I have Kyler Murray in another league. I'm hoping that he's actually studying film. All jokes aside, I mean, he's got a lot of upside, but I think he has something to prove to me anyway. Like, get on the field, actually go out there, start winning games. He started to fall flat a little bit to the end of the season, and I want to see him perform and utilize his weapons. James Conner is going to have a good season, so I think from those starters that you're talking about there, you're going to get good output from CMC early. At least I hope so, because I have him as well.
Just real quick for the booth in the back people. Ivo G's waiting for an invite so he can make a guest appearance on the show. So hit him up.
Dude, fucking A, you guys got to get the Bulgarian contingent on there.
Yeah, he's a pro. He knows his shit.
Even though he's a Steelers fan. Yeah, I think Diggs is going to get a lot of targets. Full point PPR. I think that's going to work out well. Ertz is going to get his targets too. And yeah, I don't know about Akers. I have him in another league also on the bench. We'll see what happens with that. I think Olave is going to actually get a lot more playing time. And Tyler Boyd, you saw if you're watching, I just drafted him. I expect a lot out of him. Devontae Smith, I think, is going to lose some of the target share this season. You'd like to see it open up for him a little bit more, but AJ Brown's going to obviously get a lot of the attention, and Dallas Goedert, I think, he's going to be the recipient, I think, of a lot of those other targets. So Goddard is going to be probably, if I had to say the non-rushing touchdowns, I think Goddard's probably going to have the most receiving touchdowns on the team this year for the Eagles. And I was only charging $50 per 30 minutes.
Oof.
So
still worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I love answering the fantasy questions. It's fun. So yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. I am going to sign off with you. I have a paper to write.
Good luck with that.
I have a dog to walk because I have to do my miles in.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers to everyone who is in the chat.
Yep. And yeah, again, no show this week for tomorrow. So we'll be back with our regular schedule the following Monday, which I guess we're still skipping the Bond because we're scheduled to do Super Troopers on September 12th with special guest Brady Biglovin. So
we will do it.
Oh,
we will
do it. And apparently we were supposed to go on the Escape Pod to talk about the Weird Al movie, but I think that got delayed. So we need to talk about that.
We do. That's on my calendar actually for this Wednesday.
So no, the week of like the 12, 13, 14, like the 14th.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I think that movie got pushed back to like either the end of the month or next month, something like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
November. It got delayed. So.
Well, hopefully it got delayed for good reasons, and it got better. So that's what happens to movies.
Do they get better if they get delayed? Because if they get delayed for fixing stuff, it normally means there was a pretty big problem. But hey, what do I know?
Right. Anyway.
Should have delayed Solo.
All right.
Well, we are out. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We will catch you on Monday, the 12th, with our Super Troopers episode. Till then,
yes.
Have a good time. See ya.
See ya.